Hello everybody, my name is Rage, and welcome and all to our Afterbirth Plus Synergy Lab, and would you look at that? I've had a bit of a renovation. Yes, I came into a bit of money, don't ask how, 5 murders, and I decided that the lab needed a new coat of paint, as it were, and now it looks absolutely spiffing. I've had these portals installed, you see. Now when we go in the portals, we go through a little warpy, and then we're in the appropriate room full of stuff. It's marvelous! But no, this is a much nicer way of organizing everything and really getting to grips with what's going on. So, you guys all really wanted a full-on get every fly and spider-based item in the game synergy. And that's okay, you know, I think it's going to be awesome too. But I warn you, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it is very cool. So, what we are going to do is go towards this one. Yes, I've got to keep remembering which portal is which portal, but this is going to involve the 5 new trinkets, which are all very, very neat. But first of all, I need to find myself a certain item, and that might be an issue, because I am new to my new renovation. See, I wanted it to be a surprise. I gave them the idea, you know, I let the builders do their work, and now I'm exploring everything for the first time. So we're going to begin with absorbing 2 locusts, and then acquiring 2 more locusts. That's just great. And this already makes for something really rather wonderful. Though I'm also going to go back to this room and see if I can't find Hive Mind, which is obviously a big important part of this synergy. You'll have to bear with me while I find things. I really have no idea where anything is anymore. It's like somebody goes into your house and rearranges all your stuff without you knowing. You know that is one of the most irritating things you can do to a person. Imagine if someone went into your room and rearranged your stuff and then didn't tell you, obviously. I mean, it doesn't really work if they tell you, you know. If they're sat there waiting in your room going, guess what I've done, Jerry? All your shit's not where you put it. It doesn't really have the same kind of effect because you're literally right there. So, yeah, that one's not as good. But now, I get a lovely multicolored amount of flies whenever I walk into a room. And this is just fantastic because they just absolutely annihilate everything. They really do. So, let's go into here. Oh, look, would you look at that? It's even more of them. Go, destroy, kill, murder. Because obviously my major objective on this run, and unfortunately I can't quite do it now, but I'm still wanting to, is to be able to get through and murder everything without actually using my tiers, although I am going to be using a few tiers just because we can have ourselves a nice little way of doing things. So I am going to go to our portal then. That like random little freeze frame always kind of freaks me out because I'm like, oh my god, what have I done? But then I remember, and all is well with the world. Are the battery items here? That's what I am going to find out. No, maybe? No? Okay, let's head to this one. It's just, you know what it's like when you get random teleporter pads put in your house and you're not quite sure what they're doing. You know what it's like. I bet it happens to you all the time. It's just one of those things, you know. It's just one of those things. Okay, so what I need is to go to the different tier types, which I believe is the Godhead room, which is, you know, definitely a good name for any given room. Though don't use it in real life. Don't ask somebody to step into the Godhead room if they're new to your house, because they might be a little bit suspicious. They might be like, alright, you're a little bit off your rocker. You don't name your rooms. I mean, you don't name your rooms in general, do you? Although a part of me does genuinely really want to do that now. Like, straight up name your rooms. So what we're going to get is the parasectoid, which lets us fire spider sex out of our face, which is obviously pretty good. And we're also going to get the large zit, which will put little bits of webbing on the floor in front of us, because you see, that works out quite nicely. And then we will grab ourselves the spider bite and make it a lot whiter and more webby, and that's all good. And then, of course, the mulligan, because they grow inside. So now we're kind of in the yo, I'm on the path to become a spider king. There is nothing that I will not do to win, which is why I'm ready to be injected by the eggs. Oh my god, this is fucking disgusting. You don't want to get injected by spider eggs. You really don't want that in your life. It's not great. Look, honestly, if someone was like, I will give you superpowers that will make you, you know, Spider-Man-esque, you can also control spiders, you can destroy with them, you can have power over all insects. All you have to do is pay a small price, a tiny price of getting your entire body infested with insects for just a little bit. Alright, for just a little bit, just a tiny amount, but you do need to get infested with a crap ton of insects, alright? You gotta feel them wriggling around under your skin, which is probably one of the worst things I can ever imagine. Like, just straight up, can you imagine that? Just, oh no. No, you don't want that in your life. Oh, you really don't want that in your life, god damn. Oh my word. I can't even, like, just the feeling of something crawling on your skin. But either way, they all hatch out, they have a nibble of your insides, but they leave you, you know, mostly alive. And, you know, your reward for that horrible experience is to become the Insect Lord. You get command over all of their powers. Anything an insect can do, you can do. Which lets you do have a nice little duet, you know. Anything that bug can do, I can do greater. I can be greater, bug, greater than you, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty neat and all, but at the same time, do you really need to have a duet with a spider? I'm not sure you do, because really they can't sing. At most, they can be like chuck 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 chuck, which is how I definitely think a spider, of course, would sing. I am looking for a lump of crap. Alright, cool, I found my lump of crap. Obviously, we need this, because it lets us have a lovely pair of flies whenever we press it, and we can just keep them going, and that's lovely. So that's all we really need from the spacebar department, and it's a very neat little item here, it is. So, let's grab all of our familiars, because basically now we just need to go room by room and acquire all of the items that our heart desire. For example, look at this, an absolute wall of flies. Oh yes, we will grab you. And you, and don't forget you. Yes, I need you all here. Yes, my little fly army will get the big, beautiful fly, the only friend, Papa Fly, of course, to look after them all. And then don't forget, we need a juicy sack. Otherwise, it's just not quite the same, is it? So already we're definitely quite the swarm, and I think we'll take this, because it is, you know, it's insect-like. I know it's supposed to be a fairer. Supposed to be a fairer. I don't believe in speaking English correctly. Obviously not. You know, I'm confident that I can get by in mostly guttural grunts. I think that's something that I can definitely achieve here. Okay, so let's head over here and complete this floor. But yeah, I think it definitely looks more beautifly. Beautifly, that's a Pokemon. You know something is wrong when your first instinct is to go for a Pokemon name over a real life insect name. You know at that point that maybe you've been playing a little bit too much Pokemon. So as you can see now, we start to get this badass multicolored ring of death, which is only going to keep growing and growing and growing as it buzzes around me. Everything else is kind of superfluous because this thing is just unstoppable, launching it in to my foes, and there is nothing that they can do about it. I am the swarm now. I am the lord of the swarm. All will fall before my minions. I need not dirty myself with such insignificance as murdering them. Alright. What would you do for insect powers, okay? Because I know we talked about having to be infested and stuff. I guess not what would you do, although would you go through that infestation process if, you know, it was guaranteed that you'd be fine and have insect powers afterwards. But mainly, how good do you think having insect powers would be? If you had the ability to do anything an insect can do, obviously you can now crawl on walls and stuff, and that's neat, but it depends if it translates to stuff like, will an ant can, you know, carry 3 times its body weight, so does that mean I can now? And in that case, I could kind of see that. I definitely could, but at the same time, you know, exactly. So what I'm going to have to do now is go to our spacebar item room just for a moment, just for a tiny moment, because the best way to really get the maximum out of our tiers is to void it up, because initially my plan was to do the Libra soy milk, but it doesn't give enough luck, and that's the main thing here. We need a lot more luck, so we'll grab the void, and then we will head to here and absorb all of the babies. So you know that time that crazy person broke into the maternity ward and forced all of the babies into his portal? God, that was such a weird occurrence. So now we've got this going, which is nice. We can see the odd egg shot and all of that. But obviously we don't want to just leave it like that. That's, you know, it's too powerful for a spider. Like, let's not be crazy here. We need to remember that we are going to be firing squirts of webbing at people, which definitely does sound weird. Behold, as I squirt you with my web. There we go. Looking good. We've got ourselves a little string of web. As it does it, you know, you see? I don't know why I'm giving you that sound effect. Like you need to imagine what it sounds like when a human is squirting web all over you. I don't know why I needed to put that imagery in your head, but there we go. That's the web squirt. That's part of my spider powers. Although if you could make human-sized silk, spider webbing, that would obviously be amazing, because that stuff would be unbelievably strong. So we do want to have ourselves a little bit of Cricket's body action, because it is going to splatter our webbing all over the place. And now we've got this lovely little line of fun times. It's all going to be good. And we're also going to grab ourselves a little bit of parasite. Yes, we are. So now it's really kind of, because I'm imagining just like a spider web cannon. Like Isaac is presenting his rear and, but with web, you know, that's what I'm seeing here. And the thing is, you might be thinking, quad shot, right? You want quad shot. And, you know, you can get quad shot, but it's, I mean, I'll show you. I mean, the tiers aren't really the focus here. And yes, this definitely looks more like a web squirt. Why am I saying these sentences? But I guess based on it being a spider item, we probably should. I guess that makes sense. It just depends how slow you want it to be. But what I like about this at this speed, you see how when I'm firing it against the wall, there's lots of this little white light puddles appearing everywhere as the web tries to coat the room and against all the sides and stuff. I like to imagine it that when I'm against a wall and doing this firing, all the white lines you see across the screen are just the spider web that is permanently on the screen. And yeah, it's vibrating, but it's vibrating because it's caught its tasty victims. And I think this is the best way I could think of to get a straight up spiderweb effect going on. Because the thing is, the tiers aren't the focus here, as I said. It is the beautiful ring of multicolored flags, and just of course the we're getting every single fly item theme that we have going on. So talking of every single fly item, let's make sure that we have everything from here. And how powerful did you guys predict that getting every single fly item would actually make you? Because it is surprisingly good. Like, pretty surprisingly good. Now, granted, obviously our flies and stuff are being pumped up a little thanks to our extra damage from the void and all, but we're down to 7.5, which is only just double what Isaac starts with, so it's really not crazy damage, so you don't need to worry about anything like that. So, can my army of flies and insects and other lovely stuff actually take something like the Hush, the Delirium, something of that kind of caliber? Can it do it, or am I going to end up needing to actually bust out the spiderweb tiers? That's the real question. And I know I've been using the Void to power up stuff for a lot, but the thing is, it works so well with so many of the ideas that I've had, because I've not been able to get to the point where I have this kind of ridiculous tier speed and rate, so I've not been able to do a lot of the things that I've wanted to. What are you doing, little? Oh, it actually goes and hovers over tier. That's kind of cool. I never even really realized, honestly. That's really, really nice. I like that. Obviously, they're getting absolutely annihilated. But yeah, I just kind of wanted a way to completely spray the entire room in webbing. That's the main thing. 'Cause it looks like the spider web is going. The spider web is going. Oh, the spider web is going. I mean, there is a part of me that does want to use another item that does make it quite nice. But the thing is, I don't want to not use a spidery, flyy, insect-based item. That's the main deal. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know how pure you want me to keep this run. I don't know how involved in insect rights you guys actually are, you know. That's what I'm saying here. I'm not sure how much you need me to keep this as a thing. So, we'll have that there. Looking good. And then down we go. So let's really start ramping up the insectoidiness going on here. Because, of course, that's something that I spend a lot of my days doing. Ramping up the insectoidness. And we will head to there. I wonder what that preview room was. It was just a load of shadows in the middle of a room. In the shadows of my mind. Okay, what am I looking for? Are you even in here? I don't even know. Because I have no idea where anything is anymore. I just don't know. Okay, no, it's probably in here, I would say then, based on it not being there. I mean, based on it not being in the one place it could be, it's got to be in the other place it could be. That just seems to make sense. I'm kind of looking for Pyromaniac, but I don't think it's with the rest of the bombs. So, the thing that I was going to get, which does kind of work, is the tractor beam. Because then you've really got more of a condensed actual spray forward of web, despite it being, you know, so fast firing. And then if we get the rubber cement afterwards and it starts coming back, we can actually have just this straight up strand of webbing going backwards and forwards, which I do like, and I can immediately switch it. And look, right here like this, when we're facing up and down, it is just straight up a complete line of webbing that's kind of splashing out, which I really like, because I think that kind of makes sense. You can imagine the spider chilling on this as he's ready to go. You got to ignore the fact that it's vibrating profusely. Alright guys, look, you gotta listen to me. You gotta ignore the fact that it is vibrating profusely. Okay, you can't pay too much attention to that. Okay, so I am looking for something. There it is. Alright, Pyromaniac, here we go. And let's get the rest of our spidery items. So obviously the bursting sack, mum's wig, infestation 2, spider baby, infestation, Skadool, we'll get the hive mind again, because we cool like that. And now we have ourselves quite the little army of flies and spiders going on. I do think by far my favorite thing about doing this is just how good the new insecty trinkets are that spawn the coloured flies that do all the neat stuff. I think that is something that is really quite fantastic. So now we very much have the swarm going on that is going to keep consistently getting replaced as we go through the floor, and that's really where it's at. But honestly, this is pretty much it, unless you can think of a fly item that we've not gotten. I like that. You gotta really look like you've got a full-on web going on in a room with loads of rocks. That's pretty good. Go, web spray! Oh, and it even like slows and splits everyone up and then routes them to the spot. That's fantastic. That is really fantastic. I kind of like that. I do. Oh, that is good. I mean, we do have a few items left to get, but for the most part, yeah, because look, if I do it quick enough, I can actually make multiple lines of webbing in a room, like, this, for example. Keep that going, keep that going. Yes, I'm liking it. It's like I'm moving across my own little spidery, silky, gooey particles. And I do like moving across my gooey particles. Is it just me? Is it just me? Or am I on basement 1? Is it? I've discovered a slight issue with the mod, with the new renovations. Oh no, we're okay. We're okay. We're still now on there. I'm a little bit confused, but I'm not going to question it. I think that's the main way to go there. Okay, so yeah, let's head back to here. Sudden babies in our face, but that's okay. We can dealt with worse things suddenly in our face. And what I'm wanting to get here is, of course, the explosivo, because the thing is, we need our spider web to clump and stick to things. Otherwise, it's kind of not really spider webbing it, is it? You know, we got to have that realistic little thing going for it. So, yeah, at this point, we're basically there. That is how it is going on. I'm going to grab a little bit of extra health because I don't want to ironically die. In fact, no, there is one item that I am missing. I actually just remembered. The real question is if I can find it. If I can find it, that would be great. I don't see it. Oh my word. I'm looking for Daddy's love because I just realized, you know, if we're doing a insecty synergy, we can't really be done without Daddy's love. But at the same time, I have no idea where it is. I mean, I'm going to get BFF just in case anything of the Fly family is affected by it, but I don't think any of them are. Yeah, I have no idea where Daddy's love is, unless I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing it, because I'll admit I sometimes tend to be that blind, but as far as I can tell... Oh, hang on, it'll be a familiar, won't it? Because it is a familiar. I wonder where the familiar I'm looking for. I'm now going to try the familiar room, because, you know, it probably won't be there. Oh, God. Sometimes I really question my ability to function as a human. But then at other times, I don't question it because I fully realize my ability to function as a human. Okay, let's head to where we got to go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The thing is, when we get to Hush, the sticky web's really going to come into its own. But now, we basically just have our absolute just triumph. And I've not got the Robo Spider because, you know, I'll admit that flesh and blood insects don't really get along with their robotic counterparts. You know, they've not quite got up to equal rights for Robo Spiders, so I'm going to have to let that one pass. Ain't that right, Mother? Goodbye, Mother. And I believe, then, it is time to get our... Ooh, I just realized something. Couldn't I absolutely lace this room with... In fact, no, when I swap, it's going to get rid of them, isn't it? Oh, no, I only got rid of one of them. That's curious. So the real question is, if I just keep putting these flies where the bosses spawn, can I completely kill this entire room without firing a single tear? Is that possible? Can I make that happen? Because I'm not entirely sure that I can. I think there's a good chance, mainly because of this spacebar item. But then again, I don't know how powerful the shots that these things fire are. It does seem to be fairly powerful, all things considered. Like, it's actually really effective. Look at this swarm we are generating. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Because they're spawning on top of them and then just getting absolutely blitzed. Oh my word, this is something I never knew I needed so much in this game. Look at it, they're absolutely annihilating. My swarm of flies is crushing all before me. I like this Synergy Lab. It's definitely, obviously, a themed one, and I think it's one of the better ones. Obviously, you guys have to let me know what you think, and let me know if you want to see some other kind of just pure themed ones like this. But this is awesome. This was worth it just to experience the boss rush with this many turret flies in the air, because they're just absolutely destroying everything. Oh, they might struggle to get Gertie over there because it's a little bit far away. But the thing is, if I had the power to control insects and stuff like that, and I had this going for me, I don't think I could ever use it, because every time I'm like, go, I command you, spiders, I'd then see the spider that I command and be like, oh god, it's a spider, oh god, it's a spider, oh my god. And, you know, if I didn't run away, I'd probably accidentally crush it, and I feel like you shouldn't crush your underlings. You know, as an evil genius rule 101, you just don't want to crush your underlings. It just doesn't work out for you. It really doesn't. Okay, look at this. Is that not amazing? Absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Yep, Pin just got absolutely annihilated. They're actually struggling to kill Gish, but they got him, and that is fine. Surely I've reached some sort of cap. This is just... I feel like I am one with the swarm. Absolutely one with the swarm. That is amazing. Let's get Bomber Boy just so we can do a massive creep blast. Yeah! Alright, goodbye, my pretties. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. I'm excited to see how this fares against the Hush. I really, really am. Okay, let's explodey that. Get our bouncing web particles going on. Wait, why did I skip the room? I actually have no idea why I just skipped the room. But yeah, seriously guys, you have no idea how long I spent trying to get something resembling a web shot. And it's surprisingly difficult. It really, really is. Oh, like the only other option would have been this, but with Libra soy milk, so it was a little bit slower. But look, that right there is why I love it. When the egg sacs stick and grow, it actually looks like I've just injected my opponent with a load of flyy goodness, and they are going to be immediately destroyed. Now, obviously, the other option is to have the box of friends, but I think that's just a little bit disingenuous because it's not strictly a fly-based item. Also, I'm kind of a little bit worried about dying, but I guess I'll blow myself up for some health, and yes, annihilate the envy, good. Okay, who have we got? Skolex, more like Nolex. That's not Skolex. That's Skellylex. Nobody cares about Skellylex, isn't that right? He's actually just not being killed at all. Come on, there we go, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Okay, onwards for glory, for it is time for the Hush. Oh yeah, the Hush now. Let's go to him. That's my go to the Hush song. Like I'll admit it could have been different, but it gets the point across, and I think that's important in songwriting, that too many people forget that sometimes you just want to get the point across, and that's really the important thing. We've got a lot of white flies left standing. I wonder if we even get flies with any room like that. Well, yeah, we have quite the beautiful little army going on currently, which is great. And the thing is, because I'm not using my tears to kill people, obviously I'm ending up in a situation where I might run out of my army, but at the same time, when they kill people that fast, I'm not too bothered. What would our angel room have been? It's not too bad. It's a shame I am limited to only spider and fly-based items, except when absolutely necessary, like obviously the technology to show you, and that would have been kind of okay, and oh god, no, this would have been a terror. Oh, that would have been okay. Obviously getting a stopwatch against the Hush is pretty damn neat. So I want to start making a lovely little army of my friendly neighborhood flies all up in here to keep them going, and then start a nice little army for when the Hush arrives. Yes, I'm kind of out of flies, but I refuse to give in. Never give in, never surrender. That is the code of the 300 flies. Okay, boom. Yes, kill him from the inside. Alright, I do need to do this because I need to have some of the eggs stack up on him. Yes, look at that. And you may be thinking, why no Guppy? Well, Guppy is a cat. And I don't know how to tell you this, but cats aren't insects. So I couldn't really use Guppy. That was the main deal there. I'm actually wondering if I can even kill the Hush here. I mean, I've got a lot of flyage on top of him that's obviously going to do quite a lot of damage. We're getting them stacked up, and then it's going to explode and pop its little sack, which is just fantastic. Oh, no, 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 no. Although, to be fair, I do have a lot of heals on me, which should be fine. Oh, destroyed. Yes, indeed. I'm actually really liking the spacebar. Like, I think I would use it in an actual run, just because it does seem ridiculously powerful. From what I can tell, the flies at least do your damage when they shoot at someone, which obviously is just great. But the fact you can have an entire room like this just covered is just wonderful. It really is. Alright, let's have even more. There we go. Get our spray going on. Let him get explodey. Good old explodey. My favorite kind of splody is Exo. He's a good guy, is Exo. He's a good guy. He really likes being outside, though. Because, like, exoskeleton, it goes on the outside. Oh, see, we're even getting insect anatomy jokes all up in here. That's how much of the insect lord I am. Oh, yes. So, obviously, the delirium is going to get the same treatment here, which is very, very good. And send me to the void. No! See, I was told by reliable sources that you don't always actually get the option to go to the void. So I guess when this happens, I kind of just have to accept it and know that we are going to kill, I'm hoping the keys are still there, Mega Satan with our fly army. Yes, indeed. And I do like that it doubles up, because, you know, my army is made out of flies, but it's also a very fly army, if you know what I mean. You do know what I mean, right? You do, definitely. Definitely know what I mean. So much webbing everywhere. It's really good. And you got destroyed. Okay, Isaac. How are you? Can my army entertain you? Can they? Can they? Oh, so close. So unbelievably close. But there we have it. Not too bad. Not too bad. And Coolio. Let's see how it goes. I mean, I have a feeling it's going to absolutely stomp Mega Satan, but really, anything could happen at this point. No, there's no keys in this version. You know, you want architects to put in a cool teleportation system in your lab, and they go and, you know, they manage it, but then they take away your keys that let you access the room where you keep evil incarnate. It's one thing or another, isn't it? It is just one thing or another. It really is. And, you know, I just don't even know at this point. I don't even know. I'm going to get Monstro's Lung, because Monstro's Lung was the other thing that I kind of wanted because of this. Like, how neat does that look? That initial, like I'm firing an actual net of webbing, and then it, you know, it bounces off and goes everywhere. And the cool thing about this look is it's enough tiers that it really lets everything land and coats the floor in these gobs of web everywhere. But I don't know, you guys prefer beams generally to just blah. So I felt like the beam was better, but I do like the good floor coating that this one gives. You know, you never want to underestimate a good floor coating. That's what I'm telling you. You never really do. I do wish there was a soy milk for shot speed, you know, something that makes you really, I mean, I guess use mascara, but then again, that's a little bit freaky. Okay. That's a tiny bit on the freaky side. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Alright, Blue Baby, prepare to deal with my future seeing wrath. So there you have it, guys. The Synergy Lab with every single flying spider item, assuming I didn't forget any. If I did, I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you did, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Oh, goodbye.